Patricia, I used to ambush her very much. We do the news together, and I was saying, put meanwhile here, meanwhile. So I'm happy that I've been part of the media fraternity for quite some time. Well, we'll start with the presidential address to Parliament yesterday. I want to thank the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, for taking time to interact with the Zambians through National Assembly. I just want to tackle maybe 2 or 3 points which I wasn't agreeing with the President. The first point is the point to do with general elections. As a Zambian and a former minister, former lawmaker, as you might be aware, I've been in Parliament for 2 terms as a member of Parliament for Kavushi constituency. I've been going through the Constitution of the Republic of Zambia. I've participated in Constitution amendments, especially 2016 Constitution amendment. I was one of the members of Parliament who participated in that process, and we tackled so many clauses in the Constitution. And the clause to do with the election is not one of the clauses which we tackled in 2016 Constitution amendment. It is very clear that every after 5 years, Zambia as a democratic country would go for general election. General election to renew our mandate as politicians, to go back to the people, to go and tell the people what we have done, to go to the people what we intend to do for them. It's up to the people to give you the second chance or to tell you to go out and relax. And as Zambians, we are scheduled to have the 2026 general elections. And these elections, it has been set already. The institution which is mandated to run or to conduct elections in our country, the Electoral Commission of Zambia, 2 months ago, they released a roadmap to the people of Zambia. And in that roadmap, the date is confirmed. In that roadmap, the year is confirmed. And the time of casting our votes is highlighted in that roadmap. And hearing to the President yesterday, or listening to the President yesterday in Parliament, and he touched on a very sensitive issue to do with elections and presidential tenure. That is not what the Zambians are looking for. That is not what the Zambians expected to come out of the President. That is not what the Zambians really want. The Zambians, what they need now is to sort out the issue to do with road shedding. Is to sort out the high commodity prices which we are faced with. That is what we want. What we want is to have medicines in our hospitals. That is what we expected to hear from the President. We wanted the President to tell the people of Zambia how the farming season will be 2024 to 2025. The farmers, they have cried that they don't have money to pay the 400 to redeem their fertilizer and seeds. We wanted the President to tell us how the government is going to rescue our farmers. That is what we wanted to hear from the President. To hear that the President was talking about aid to extend presidential tenure from 5 years to 9 years, that is not necessary. That is not for the President. That is for the Parliament and the people of Zambia. It is not President Hakainde Hichilema's issue. And for us, as young men and women of this country, we were thinking of reducing the presidential term from 5 years to 4 years, because 5 years is too much. 5 years is too much. It is not us, the politicians, who govern this country. As the politician, we give political will. That's why we have the team in government called technocrats. Those are the people who govern this country, not us politicians. We just give a political will. And just a political will, you want to be in power for 9 years just to give a political will? We are saying the presidential tenure has to be reduced, not increased. We need a 4-year term. We need a 4-year term. It's not a politician who constructs roads. It's not a politician who constructs hospitals. It's government. Government, it's a government for the people. Whether we are there or not, government will continue to be there. So it's not necessary for the president to talk about extension of tenure from 5 to 9 years. It is not necessary. And there is no lacuna in the Constitution. There is no lacuna whatsoever. There is no lacuna. For me, who was there by the time we were amending the Constitution 2016, if the lacuna was there, Edgar Lungu would have not accepted to go for elections in 2021. But there is no lacuna whatsoever. There is nothing which is silent in itself to the date of elections and the year of elections. Nothing. Everything is clear. After 5 years, you have to go for the general elections. And moreover, the president in 2026, he won't be the president of us. He will be the candidate for UPND if he will be picked to be representative of the UPND. All of us who will be participating at that time, all of us will be candidates, either at the council level, council chairperson's level, mayor, MP, and presidents. It will be, we will all be candidates. So that is not a job for the president. It's a job to do with the people who have been mandated to look at the Constitution. And we did, as members of parliament, on behalf of the people of Zambia in 2016, we did. So this issue, I want to urge the people of Zambia, I want to urge you, the media fraternity, don't amplify the debate out there, because there is nothing to debate about. Don't amplify anything, because there is no debate here. There is no debate. 2026, we will be going for the general elections for president, members of parliament, councillors, council chairpersons, and mayors across the country. And that is what the Constitution says. And we are very comfortable with that for us as the people of this country called Zambia. President Hakainde Hichilema came in government through the same Constitution, for God's sake. Same. And there's nothing that has changed. We challenge the Electoral Commission of Zambia, Chairperson, Madam Zalomes, State Council, to issue a statement on Monday to clarify on this issue. Let her issue the statement to clarify on this issue, because we have the roadmap already. All of us as Zambians, we have the roadmap for 2026, which came from Electoral Commission of Zambia. And we urge the chairperson to issue the statement to clarify this issue. If there have been dark corner meetings with the president concerning the 2026 general elections, we want Madam Zaromes to come out and tell the nation where we are. Because all of us, we are preparing ourselves for 2026. Kalaba just launched his manifesto and the plan for 2026. KBF did the same. I'm aware Socialist Party, they're having the convention preparing for 2026. So all the political players, they are geared to participate in 2026 general elections. The other issue is to do with CDF. President Hakainde Hichilema complained that there are some issues which are making CDF not to move according to his expectation. If you recall very well, I told the people of Zambia that this CDF, it won't work. And the records are there. I told them, let us maintain 1.6 million kwacha, because councils and constituencies, we have no capacity to hold these huge sums of money. I told the people of Zambia, and as usual, Zambians, without analyzing things, they started talking about, you Bowman, what are you saying? It's not about being in government or being a Zambian, but I was putting my case very straight, because I know I was an MP for 2 terms, and I know what I was talking about. This CDF is a flop. This CDF is a flop. The responsibility of council and the constituencies is to attend to small issues in CDF, Constituency Development Fund. Small issues such as unblocking of drainages, small issues. Now you are seeing police, they are driving Land Cruisers CDF. For what? For what? We have a ministry in charge of the police, Ministry of Home Affairs. There is allocation in the budget of this republic to that ministry. They have got a right to procure vehicles for police stations. Now they are buying vehicles at a ministry level for the constituency. Can you call it the Constituency Development Fund? It is not Constituency Development Fund. So my advice is, let them just maintain the 1.6, our 1.6 Constituency Development Fund. We constructed schools, hospitals, as members of parliament, roads. Why? We are working with the line ministries, Ministry of Infrastructure, Ministry of Health, who are mandated to do those things. And the movement was very well than what we are seeing today. Now all the money has been worked, and it is now in the central bank, Bank of Zambia. You have to apply again the money for the constituency from Bank of Zambia. You guys, that is not the way we work. That is not the way you work. This money actually, it will bring a lot of problems to our colleagues, especially members of parliament, town clerks, councillors, and many other government officials. It will bring a lot of problems after 2026. This money, CDF, it will bring a lot of problems. A lot of problems. So when we are talking about capacity, again they were saying, what are you talking about, Bowman? We talked about capacity because I knew what was happening before and now. The issue to do with agriculture. The 2023-2024 agriculture season, it was a flop. We had drought. Our farmers lost everything. Our farmers lost everything. What is the responsibility of government? The responsibility of government is to take care of its citizens. That is the core responsibility, is to take care of its citizens. The farmers have cried that we don't have money to redeem for our fertilizer, to redeem for our seeds, and government is quiet. I want to challenge a disaster minister of agriculture, Mutolo, to come out and tell the people of Zambia how government intends to help or to rescue our farmers out there. We have the database as government to know how many farmers we have. How are we going to help them? The farmers have cried that they don't have money, and all of us, we know that the farmers, they don't have money. The last farming season, it was a disaster. Where do you expect the farmers to get the money from? It is a job of government to help its citizens. So we challenge Mutolo to come out and tell the people of Zambia how government intends to help the farmers. We have this 2024-2025 farming season. If we are not careful, this is September, we are heading for another disaster as a country because of poor planning. Mr. Mutolo, he has failed the people of Zambia, but the president has continued to keep him as a minister of agriculture. And we want him to tell the people of Zambia how government intends to help the people of Zambia in agriculture sector. I also want to talk about the mining industry on the Copper Belt province. The president has gone to the Copper Belt province so many times, and the issues on the Copper Belt province seems not to change. Seems not to change. Why? Because the president and its representative in terms of our Minister of Mining, he has gone to sleep. Kabuswe is getting fat every day, and he has failed to sort out the issues to do with mining on the Copper Belt province, despite Kabuswe coming from the Copper Belt province. It is not enough to get fat every day without sorting out the issues in your ministry. It is not enough. It is not enough. So we challenge the Minister of Mines, Honorable Kabuswe. Let him help the people of Zambia by revamping the mining sectors, not only on the Copper Belt province, but in other provinces as well. We need job creation. Zambia is a very rich country. Zambia is a very rich country, and I can't see any reason why we should continue living like beggars when we have everything. We have everything. So, Copper Belt province, we still have to do a lot of things for us to change the status quo on the Copper Belt province. And I urge my traditional leaders, my chiefs on the Copper Belt province, please talk. Speak out. It is not enough for you to keep quiet. Your subjects are suffering, and you are quiet. We have helped this country as Lambas, and I'm not tribal, to develop Zambia. But your people are suffering and you are quiet. We have everything. We have copper, we have what on the Copper Belt province. And the people who are benefiting are the so-called foreign investors. The chiefs are quiet. We want lumber chiefs to stand up and talk. We can't go on like this. When you are being harassed, you are quiet. When things are not well in our province, again you are quiet. But why are you quiet? What are you fearing? You are chiefs. What are you fearing? I expect my chiefs on the Copper Belt to start speaking, to start talking on issues to do with governance, on issues to do with persecution, on issues to do with development. Let them talk. You have seen other chiefs talking, but ours, they are quiet. As the son from the Copper Belt province, I urge or challenge my fathers and mothers to start talking. And the time is now. I also want to talk about sports. In the recent past, we have seen that there's a lot of laissez-faire attitude in the sports industry. And I want to challenge my colleague, Nkandu, Elvis. I think we need to sort out this issue. The issue to do with sports, we need to sort out this issue. As you might be aware, sports, especially football, unifies the country. And we need to have proper sports discipline. But in the recent past, things are not good in the sports industry. And I want to urge my brother, Elvis Nkandu, and from this press briefing, I'll even call him. I've been with Nkandu, he's my colleague from the Copper Belt province. I was Diad, he was a marketeer. So we know each other. We know each other very well. So for me, we do interact with Nkandu. So I'll talk to Nkandu as well. The issue to do with politics, UKA. We as members of Patriotic Front, we have observed that the UKA Council of Presidents, they have been disrespecting the former president of this republic. Balungu fo baba tabayibika pafintu nokuba bu president mu 2015 baba senderefe tebali abalwisha jinembefi awe tefyo baba Balungu capacity bali kwata nomba tabalwile fintu ababemba balanda ti umunani uyu uweme uyilombele nshi uyilombele omuchele. Okay? Umunani uweme uyilombele omuchele. Balungu nga mwabamona abene tabafuayo sha kurwisha fintu. Now we have observed that in UKA they want to undermine President Edgar Lungu. Countrymen and women, President Lungu is a former president of this republic. He lost elections in 2021, but don't underestimate him. Don't underestimate him. If I was UKA, a member of UKA, Council of Presidents, I would have taken advantage of his presence. And taking advantage of his presence is to make sure that they do the right thing. If they don't want to do the right thing, PF is a strong party with structures in all all the 156 constituencies, including Munali, where we are today. And if you just interact with the people of Munali, you will find out that we don't have an MP in Munali. We don't have. So ngala tukwete MP mu Munali in 2024, which means the people of Munali, they will need an MP in 2026. And the people of Munali, they have already made their decision. So undermining PF, you're undermining the potential government or government in waiting. Undermining PF, you're undermining government in waiting. And those kinds of presidents, actually, they would have called the alliance PF alliance with other political party. I'm telling you, because PF is a very big party. We have more than 50 members of parliament. Actually, as we are governing with UPND. We are governing with UPND. If you want to sabotage UPND, we are capable of doing that. But our preoccupation is a service delivery, is to see development going to our people. If you want to sabotage UPND, it's just 1 second. Lusaka City Council is PF. Are you aware about that? Kabwe City Council is PF. Kitwe City Council is PF. Ndola City Council is PF. Just to mention as a few, which means we are in government with the UPND. They treat us well, we treat them back well. If they mistreat us, we mistreat them. So, if you have an opportunity to interact with a political party like that one, can you undermine a political party like that? You can't. You take advantage. You take advantage and you work together, you win together, because the win for alliance is the win for the people of Zambia. The win for alliance is the win for the people of Zambia. Now you want to undermine President Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu has governed this country from 2015 to 2021. He's not a small boy. Don't underestimate his body. He has something which God has given him. And this thing you have a president, if fyakwalesa tefyakupatikisha fyakwalesa leso mwinengalanda tinyoyo ni wewe. So Bauka, if you don't like President Lungu, leave him alone. Leave him alone. We haven't failed managing President Lungu. We haven't. We haven't. President Lungu came to Uka not to bring confusion. He came to Uka to strengthen the opposition so that we can work together. I'm making this statement for the first time. I've never talked about Uka because it's not my business. Now mistreating President or undermining President Lungu becomes my business, because my job is to protect all members of the party, including President Edgar Lungu. And I want also to warn PF MPs, all of them in Parliament. One, you members of PF in Parliament, you are not bigger than the party. Some of you were crying before adoption. You wanted the party to adopt you. Maybe you even bribed your officials. But today, you want us as a party to start begging for you? You want us, the party, to start begging for you? Is that normal? It is not normal. You are too quiet in Parliament. A lot of things is happening. You're too quiet. Ukuba member of parliament ten chito. It's a service to the people. Nga ninsala ya military parliament nga maria fwa yenchito kumba. Always your preoccupation is about money. Ten chito kuba parliament. Kubombela abantu. Nomba abantu tamuleba bombela. And your preoccupation is gratuity. Your preoccupation is salaries, allowances. That is not being a politician. But President baita meeting bambinamu ya tuwamu register ku parliament. Tukami umfwepo na cabinet. Anamu ya mkuchita ba president na baita meeting iwe na uya kumbi. If you want, you can resign as a member of parliament. We don't care. Because we know that we are strong in all the constituencies. We are very strong, huh? We are very strong. We want discipline in PF. But Secretary General Ngabaita meeting, we stop what we are doing. That the Chief Executive Officer, he has called for a meeting. Let's go and listen to him. Tuambie kupapata ba MP fwe. MP tuambie kumupapata ifwe. For what? I was once an MP. Davis Mwira was not pleading for me. Even he warned me, Bowman, if you are misbehaving, we will chase you. Because you are just our agent. Tapale for back what my MPs. Abe never ma constituents, never constituents chairman. Ba constituency chair lady, ba youth chairman, ba constituency, nama branches. And I'm proud to say that we are in touch with all the constituencies and we are very strong. And as mobilization department, we have all the representative in all the constituencies. So as I'm speaking, I know what is happening in Kanchivia. As I'm speaking, I know what is happening in Solwezi Central. As I'm speaking, I know what is happening in Kabushi. As I'm speaking, I know what is happening in Wengwa. Because we have the structures in all the constituencies and the representatives, and we are getting the information on a daily basis. So, PF members of parliament, you have to pull up your socks. You can't take the party at ransom. If you want to join other political parties, you are free to go. You are free to go. I'm annoyed because there's no way the president called for the meeting. We see few MPs. President is going for a court session with 5, 7 MPs when he has more than 50 MPs. Those are jokes, man. Kwanga loko kulu. Fisho for the team. Ni nani wa kuvotere pa kuisa mu parliament? Te ticket ya PF. Ngaureti na fumamo. Ngaureti no kwenda na Lungu. Fumamo. So next time when President Lungu is going to appear at court or anywhere, we need all the members of parliament to be there. Very soon we'll be having adoptions. First and foremost, I can assure you that PF is very strong. No yunga na mtuara fe kukabush lelo. Jere eule imini noyu. Kuwina. Tapari nefi ngafia fe kuwina. So why? Because the party is very strong. We don't depend on members of parliament. We depend on our structures. Not members of parliament, but our structures. So for me, it is not enough to be in parliament and draw salaries. It is not enough. It is not enough to wait for your gratuity. It is not enough. We want the people of Zambia to know that MPs, they are not bigger than the party. we want things to be happening the way they're supposed to. Not SG alemoneka kwati mwaiche kuli MP imwe kwangalo kona imwe president alemoneka bonse balamulemu naba MP tapali wale lala bonse kuya mukupapata ye mumpele kofe njimini ne kofe na papata njimini ne kofe Edgar Lungu amisumini shoko imini na misaini na ama certificate lelo tamule mushindika kuna kukoti political party take over power yaba political party. No, even in opposition the way we are, it is being a political party. If you are power, if you nifimbi abali mu power tabali mu nani tabali mu opposition tabali mu opposition. Some of them we even worked with them. We worked with them. Lelo mlefa mlefisama mlefa mlefisama fisho fo mlefisamina busho kwenda na Lungu mulando ukwenda na Lungu mulando Muzambia lero kwenda na Lungu wala ba mulando so tie niba MP tupose kwa mano ero nga kuli MP wingemi omuntu ati ine kuti na imi nepalweka na wina no kwina tuli banono sana tuli banono sana kubula ba PF na ba UPND pamo dimbiteti batete tuchirefe na 3 aba shala bonse they depend on a political party. They depend on a political party. Tapari winga ituntumbula ine tapari kutina mufi. It's because of the strength of the political party. So ngatabale fire tukabika mubambi ero bengi abale fire pa PF kwiminina bengi olo twakwata fe PF inga imo. And I want to tell you that Honorable Lusambo is our colleague. Okay? He is our colleague. Honorable Lusambo is our colleague. Some of us, we are friends. Okay? We are friends. So, PF yabafeinga. Nangu mwamona Mauza lechite fintuku, but PF yabafeinga. Imo. So kuti mwambona inendi na Mauzi, because Mauzi is PF, and I'm PF. Okay? PF yabafeinga. Imo. Ala ifichitika pari PF fya munganda ifota twaishibe fichitika mayanda yenu dembi muilwa veri modu naba lumebenu naba kashibenu nevanga mwafileta palwalala na bambi baishiba kwa abantu nisheni nshinganda yenu yaonaika istaonaika yo nishtwakwata fye nani twapanga fe mistake ati abantu bafishibe filetika kunsa ifichitika mpf fyesu ba PF ero nabalingire okufisova ni fwebo ba PF ero tude fisova no kufisova ifwe ba PF bana ifwebe ne twalishe fizitika mayanda myenu tatfwa afyo kulanda po twalishe fizitika ma political parties yenu tatfwa afyo kulanda because tafya tukwatire nchito abasungu balanda mind your business efiranda abasungu mind your business. So tulekereni ama problems tukwete MPF tukaya sort out fwebene imwe ba media mutu afweko kuchita sort out ama problems munshira mwana twafuirako mwira tuipusha ati Mauzi Edgar Lungu faction imwe ni nshimule imbe ichirindi there is no faction in PF twakwata fye misunderstanding, no faction whatsoever, twakwata fye misunderstanding, and definitely as human beings we will sort out that misunderstanding because it involves us as PF, not any other person, and we want the courts to distance themselves from our misunderstanding, the police to distance themselves from our misunderstanding, and other stakeholders to distance themselves from our understanding. This issue is a PF issue fya mungandefi tukafitista sort out fwebeni. And I want to encourage Robert Chavinga, you people, the media, you want to excite people. You want to excite people. Na isa umfakwati acting president Robert Chavinga njewere nishu president wabo wokanompa. Na Chavinga vyafuma fyo kuwa acting president mu PF. PF is a very big structure. We have governed this country for 10 years and PF has been in opposition before. So it's a well-established organization with a constitution. PF, well-established organization. All the ingasenda papa UPND pali inena Chavinga inani. Twaimini na inena Chavinga. Inani ba UPND bengasenda. It's me, because of people in all the 10 provinces, including Chavinga's constituency. What I can bring on the table, Chavinga can't. So often I land for Chavinga furiaishi batapa, bare mbomfiafye. Elo ukubomfiwa kwa tenshita. Okay? Ukubomfiwa kwa tenshita. Chavinga ngafuma fe kubantu. Afuriaishi batapa, bare mbomfiafye. Elo, it's very bad wafuma kuba nove elo wamu kuchita bitre aba nove Chavinga fu aringire fyo kuchita ngali fuma fye kubantu is to do the right thing, and the right thing to do is to come back to his senses and say this is wrong what I'm doing. Ngona, how can you run away from Lusambo? How possible is it? Wafuma kumuntu, wakwafwa, wafuma nankwe, elo waisa sanga new friends. Are you telling me that those new friends, they'll keep you? They won't keep you. They're just using you. And I want Ngona to come back to his senses and say, chachi nyapa, bade mbomti afya abantu hapa. Time will come, elo abena Ngona nomba wakambo kubutuko kufuma mno mchalo. Is that necessary? It's not necessary. It's okay to do the right thing now. And it's very important to do the right thing. Ngonate chanje byati tapari ofwebu kisha efyo bade extana mouse. Te chanje be efyo ngona. Okay? So ngona afwiraishi bati abantu umuntu konso pwaba ofuba twitira ati abantu pantu tulasala ifyakuchita nefishiri fyakuchita. So ngona fire fyatontonkanya na ikara fyo mwine bushefyo ndestefi. Am I helping the people of Zambia? Am I helping the people of Zambia? Not that am I helping Maus. Am I helping the people of Zambia? Okay? So Mr. Ngona, you have got all the time and the opportunity to do the right thing. And the right thing to do is to come back to your senses. That is the right thing to do. Lastly, but not the least, I want to congratulate incoming President of the United States of America, His Excellency Donald Trump, for debating in the line of the peoples of America's expectation. We want to encourage him to continue working in those lines, and we want to encourage him that as people or as Africans, we want to see Donald Trump back in White House. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Lusambo, for that talk. At least this time around, I've gotten an endorsement also for Kawish, so remember to vote for me. Colleagues, those that have got questions, please, at least I'm encouraged, maybe three from 2 females and from 2 gents as well. Anybody have a question? let's interact. Let's interact on the questions. Yes, Andrew, and I also take from him. Let's have more. This is in three. It's not a break with an interaction, so please let's interact.
My name is Andrew from Bowman.
Yes.
I want to find out some of the mitigating measures that government has put across to cushion the impact of load shedding. Are they enough? We've seen that factories are closing, we've seen that small businesses are dying down and they're changing the workers. You think government is good enough?
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, the question. Please go ahead.
Along from Kenyan radio. I remember the last time that we interacted, you mentioned you say continue fighting for Kabush. And the elections of Estonia, which you wanted to find out if it will be on the tickets in terms of Kabush of parliament. And apart from that, there's been a concern to say civil society organizations. The civic space is kind of shrinking. I don't know why should that the civil society speaking on behalf of the Zambian, especially what has been going on. The UN report that was released, among other things. Do you think the civil society has been very strong in as far as the concerns are concerned?
Thank you. We'll allow you to speak, to respond as we get more. Oh yes, you can go ahead. Just
Yes,
before
listen to Pandora from County. Honorable, I remember when you started your briefings, you encouraged the president to visit China. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, he came back with about 15 MOUs. And recently just came back from China with another MOUs. Maybe just your reaction on these trips that we've been undertaking in China.
Thank you so much. Allow him to respond, then you can take more.
Maybe I can add one more. Sorry, good morning, Hope Millennium TV.
Sure.
On the issue of UCA, you have pointed that you've noticed that former Republican president is being disrespected by some council members. Don't you think it would be better for him to leave the alliance so that the party can fully and solely support him?
Okay, thank you. Let's allow him to respond, and then we can ask you so you have time to think about him and process it.
Yes. No, thank you very much. I'll start with the Crown TV. Yes, we have been very critical on the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, to visit China because we understand how IMF operates, and the boys and girls in Washington, we know that they can't help us. They don't have solutions for Zambia. And we told the president, sir, go to China. Several times. We petitioned the president, we wrote to the president, we advised the president to go to China. And we are happy that the president has now visited China twice. And this time around, he was very excited when he was coming out of China for 4 days state visit. And as usual, you know, my brother, he feels for himself. He say, HH, do you think HH can come out of China for 4 days? Because for us as a country, what we want to see electricity, we want to see road shedding going, we want to see people having 3 meals a day, we want to see mining industry booming. Those are the things which we want to see. We want to see agriculture, forestry, beekeeping, and many other sectors such as aquaculture also. So, as a person who has been advocating for the president to visit China, I'm happy that the president now he has realized that the development of this country, if you want to development, practical development, is coming from China. Your friend in need is your friend indeed. Remember China, by the time China was not the China we are seeing today, it was also struggling by the time Chairman Mao accepted President Kaunda's proposal of connecting Zambia to Tanzania. And this time around, we have seen a lot of infrastructure which has emerged in our country because of the relationship which we have enjoyed with China. Although it's too late, because development takes time to come up. We are happy that the president has initiated all these things. Whether he will be president in 2026 or not, that is not important. The most important thing is he has represented us as Zambians, and he has entered into deals concerning the people of Zambia's development. So for us, we are happy that the president has headed to our call for him not concentrating on IMF and World Bank, but also to think of China. It is not only China. The president has to visit Russia as well, because we need fuel in our country, and the only country which can give us fuel at a very cheap price is Russia. We need fertilizer. And this fertilizer, we can get it from Russia, we can get it from Ukraine. That's why I'm supporting Trump, because Trump has told the world that immediately gets into White House, the war in Ukraine and Russia, it will come to an end, because all the troops will be withdrawn. And we need a president who's thinking in those lines. And we want to continue supporting him, because we know what we will achieve as a country. The issue to do with the civil society, they are not doing enough. They have gone to sleep. It is not the work of the UN to observe things which our watchdogs are supposed to observe. But our watchdogs have gone to sleep. Not only civil society, even our bishops. We have council of bishops in our country. Apart from the Catholics who are trying, most of our bishops, they have gone to bed. When we go to those churches, we pray with them. When we come out, we are faced with load shedding. We are faced with high commodities of prices in our country, and the bishops are not talking. We need bishops to call a spade a spade. So they are not doing enough. We challenge all the bishops, including my bishop, Bishop Joy Makando, to come out and call a spade a spade. Ngaturea kuchechi nensala. Tatwakula umfwefya kulala nda ma bishops besu. Most of the time tukalala ala mchechi. Kabili nchina tumfwensala. Kuchechi turea na ifya kufora ne mikone. We need to come up with a solution, and the solution is supposed to be now. The issue to do with my sister Edgar Lungu, PF, we are not stingy, we are not selfish. We are not stingy, we are not selfish. The reason why Edgar Lungu is there, we want to govern together. We want to govern together. Let those people in Huka Presidential Alliance to respect President Lungu. He has seen it all. And if they want to support their own among the presidents who have never governed, the key is President Lungu. The key is President Lungu. So you disrespect President Lungu, we withdraw him from there one day. We disrespect him, we are going to withdraw him. We are not saying we don't have people. That's why nga mwaumfa poma naba muikata kukabwe. Tekuba tinja mukoita abantu ati seni awe. Ngaba mona fetching. So who's that one? Oh, the bulldozer. Bene baambo kwisi. Okay? Elo abantu belanga baisa. Msheni nchinde pango mulando. Nchibale fo kumbona ko fie. Bayibukisha efyo twale ikala ifisuma. Mamonaka? So kwipucha ulya president Lungu ulya nali myebere again mwiramu mwanafire okubazi ali kwatama supporters as we speak. President Lungu ukuba fe pa ballot twamwena okumwati kala okwina kunyuka sama kumyobe you win winning te bwino feso nangu bakapokola tabarefu atiende abafe pa ballot twamwati kala kunyuka sama you win. The people will vote. All of us have got on how many votes? One each. One. Habene bakapanga decision. President Lungu or President Hakainde Hichilema. Themselves, they will make a decision. Erwe fifia ma politics. Bakapokola bafumemo. Bakapokola ma civil servants. Bafumemo. It is not good. Chinja bakapokola party inga yaisa bakapokola bachinja. Party inga yaisa bakapokola bachinja. It's not good. Bakapokola bafumemo. Ma politics. The Kenya abantu bachitema politics. Bachitema politics. Let the people decide. So ndabakonkanya hapo tukabafunyama balungu. Balungu te bali amulemo na bali kuuka. Te balungu bali. Balungu ni institution. Lungu, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, it's an institution. And you should not treat him as an individual. Then you are making a mistake. A very big mistake. It's an institution. That man has former ministers behind him. He has former generals behind him. Police behind him. Former permanent secretaries behind him. Former district commissioners behind him. Former diplomats behind. That one is an institution, you guys. That man is an institution. So when you treat him as an individual, you're making a mistake. This is my first time to talk about Huka. I've never talked about Huka. Because if you are muka, na ifo twalikwata, ufo tuchita, na ifo. Andrew, the issue to do with the other source of energy, it's very important. The president has to address this issue. And the president, when he was coming from China, he took this issue like any other issue. It's a very big issue. To him, you're saying, no, it's very important actually to have road shedding. It's not important, Mr. President. It is not important. My grandmothers in Wengo, we were giving them electricity through Lulu Electrification Authority. There is no electricity. You want them also to get solar. Where are they going to get solar from? It is a responsibility of government to provide anything to its citizen. Now, my government today, they want to shift their problems to us. Nomba tukabutukira kwisi. Elo vena ni vanshi tukwetu. Ifo tukabutukira kwisi, vena ni vanshi tukwetu. Ifwe kubutukira kuri vena, elo bapanga solution. Not batuletere fima problems ifo. Nichi vengande tera problem. Ine kumpera solution. The reason why we gave them the mandate to govern for 5 years, because they told us that they will work on load shedding, they will reduce prices of our commodities, fuel will be cheap, dollar will come down. Everyone did it. And that is the reason why the people of Zambia said, okay, begin to pay a chance. So Andrew, we need to work. The government needs to work. For us as PF, President Lungu, he came to the people of Zambia and he told the people of Zambia, we are going to work together. We are going to work together. And there's nothing that he was saying. What we were seeing, the commissioning of solar farm in MFS, commissioning of Kafiwe Lower, commissioning of so many sources of energy. And this thing of moving from hydro to other sources of energy, Lupia Banda started. I can recall very well because I was always in presidential office as a die-hard MMD youth wing. We launched solar geysers at State House. Even today, when you go there, you see those geysers, solar geysers on top of policemen's houses. It's us, the MMD government, who initiated this because we projected the issue to do with energy. Okay? Because by then, the issue to do with climate change, it has already started. We were experiencing floods, we were experiencing droughts, and we went to Mandevu with President Lungu, and he had to commission and exhibit those things to the people of Zambia. So as government, this program has been there. And what we expected is for UPND to amplify this issue. It's a very serious issue. Now, all of us, we are now urban villagers. All of us, we are urban villagers. All of us, that's why where we are today. Andrew, there's no difference between you in Lusaka and my grandmother in Shuangandu. Same. There's nothing that you can boast for. Me, I watch TV. Are you watching TV? You are not. Your fridges are not working. There's nothing. Today, shopping malls are packed. Not that people want to go and shop around because they want to use toilets at shopping malls. Restaurants are packed. Not because they want to buy things. They are charging their phones in those restaurants. This is not a laughing matter. This issue, actually, President Hakainde Hichilema yesterday, he was supposed to declare energy as a disaster. Yesterday, he had an opportunity to declare energy as a disaster. So for me, your question, Andrew, it's a very important question.